Hi, guys. Exciting news for season 4. The Thrive Tribe newsletter is for everyone and it's free.
To sign up for our newsletter and to get more out of Chasing Brighter and engage with our amazing community, go to chasingbrighter.com/newsletter to get the latest updates.
And every month we have freebies, so check it out.
Welcome to the Chasing Brighter podcast, the podcast created as a guide to make midlife the best life.
Are you ready to embrace the next chapter of your life with confidence and excitement? Your best life is just a listen away. Kelly, I have been loving our October episodes. I love empowering our audience to build confidence. And I'm so excited for today's episode because we get to talk about something that you and I are passionate about, which is fashion and how fashion can change our energy.
100%. I think that's also why we are always these aspiring fashionistas, because I think we both truly believe at our core that fashion is really part of confidence, at least for you and I, right?
Yeah. I mean, have you ever noticed how slipping into your favorite outfit can instantly change your mood?
Yes.
You know, we have those favorite pieces. Absolutely. And that's what I'm trying, especially I know we talk about it all the time, but our Hot Mom Summer episode that we recorded with your friend Melissa,
yep.
That it's still changing the way we're still, even though that dropped in June and I think recorded in May, we're all the way in October and we're still thinking about making those changes and what all the tips that she gave us, you know?
Yes.
Because I just want to have the pieces I love, and the pieces that feel meh, I'm like, I don't even want them anymore, you know? And this is all backed by research because science tells us this isn't just in our heads. It is something called, are you ready for it? Enclothed cognition. Because what we wear doesn't just affect how others see us. It impacts how we see ourselves, our emotions, our confidence, even the way we move through the world.
So I'm excited to be talking about this today too. And, fashion is more than just self-expression. It's a way that it builds self-connection, empowerment, and joy. It changes our energy. It can affect our emotions, our mindset, and, behavior through a psychological concept that Jessie just described called enclothed cognition. It's funny because when I think about what I wear and how it changes a mood, one of the things that I wonder if everybody feels is, and I can't do it every day, but when you go to a special event, and you really get dressed up and how it makes you feel good. We have friends that now have an annual black tie holiday party, and it sounds ridiculous in some ways. I mean, Brian rented a Tex last year for it.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to get dressed up, and it does just make you feel good.
Yeah. I love one of the things, I think that's why I love the idea of the capsule wardrobe. And we talked a lot with Melissa about it, and you and I have talked in later episodes about it because it's about intention. I think there's something very cool about thinking about our wardrobe with intention. It doesn't mean you need a lot of clothes. It doesn't mean you need to spend a lot of money, but you think ahead. You're thinking ahead, oh, I've got this event. And that can be I have absolutely shared outfits with my girlfriends. I have mom went on a cruise, mom, come get some dresses. My friend Stephanie was going to Mexico. My friend Teresa, I'll share outfits with my girlfriends. So it doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money, but just that you're really kind of thinking about how that's going to make you feel, because wearing outfits that make you feel good and make you feel confident trigger the release of feel-good chemicals like dopamine, and specific colors, textures, and styles can influence our mood, our performance, our confidence, because when we dress in ways that align with the person that we want to be, that we aspire to be, that we believe we are, we create a powerful feedback loop that strengthens the desired feelings and creates a sense of empowerment and joy. So I love that there is actual research and science behind this.
Absolutely. And, we want to dive a little bit deeper into, some of these concepts. So, it's just amazing how what you wear invokes how you feel about yourself and really sort of influences your energy. And, just talked about the like dopamine, and wearing clothes that you find attractive can release that feel good dopamine in your brain. It gives you feelings of pleasure and reward and happiness. And we all could use more and more of that.
Over the summer, I think I shared that I watched the show The Motherhood on HGTV,
Uh-huh.
and they have like a life coach on there.
Yes. I have that recorded, Jess, and
Yeah.
I haven't watched the episodes.
So the woman introduced a dopamine menu. So then I went down a rabbit hole of looking at a dopamine menu, and all summer I created dopamine menus with my clients. And a dopamine menu is like what we've talked about in previous episodes of micro joys and glimmers of like little things that give you the hit of a feel good hormone. It could be deep breathing, going for a walk, laughing with a friend, little small things, drinking a cold glass of water, having a little treat. So I love hearing that there is something called dopamine dressing, and that wearing clothes that we find attractive give us, like, they literally change our physical makeup and we get a boost of dopamine, which I love that.
Going along those lines, continuing down this topic too, is just about confidence and empowerment. When you wear certain items, I talked about like when you get dressed up for a fancy occasion, you feel confident, you feel in control. For work, I always wore blazers. I love blazers,
Mm-hmm.
but any like sophisticated dress to make me feel professional and confident.
Yeah.
I'm on calls, Zoom calls with clients, and sometimes I'm wearing a sloppy t-shirt, and other times I'm like, man, I have a call with a CEO. I'm going to wear a collared shirt or like really look nice. And I feel better in that. And I want to
Yeah.
exude this like confidence that I'm in control on those
Yeah.
calls.
Yeah. Colors enhance our mood. Bright, vibrant colors can uplift our mood, increase energy. So, like we talked about, I've got a hot pink blazer. When I wear that sucker, I feel increased energy. Now, dark, which I'm trying to move away from black, 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 and dark gray, but dark colors can promote feelings of calm and reduce stress. Something else I love that we found out, texture and fit. How a garment
Yes.
feels and hugs your body can influence feelings of confidence and comfort. And that might be why I'm obsessed with ribbed material at this point. I'm wearing a ribbed little workout shirt. I just ordered some ribbed basic shirts to wear this fall to layer. But I think for me, ribbed feels comfortable, and then that ultimately boosts confidence. Is there a texture
Yeah.
or fit you're loving right now?
Yeah. I have a couple sleeveless sweaters. So I love fall, and when it's 80, 90 degrees out, sleeveless sweaters aren't really the best. But I feel like it's a little heavy. I can throw it over like a tank top and a t-shirt for calls. So it's a great sneaky way for me to like look professional really quickly. But also it's just such a nice polished look for like a sweater material, but like not bulky and heavy when it's not exactly cold weather out.
But also, I love that too, because I think we associate, like, if you love a season, if you love fall, we associate certain colors with fall. And so then you can see how then wearing those colors. So the other day, it's still 5 million degrees here in Las Vegas. And so the other day, I made a reel about it, but I bought this, like, I was at Sam's Club and they had fitted flared leggings, and it was brown bottoms and a brown matching zip stretchy top. And you all know how I love a matching set. And so I got this brown matching set and I felt so great. I just loved it. And I came home and Gabby was like, Mom, I love it. It's so fall, because her and I love fall. And she goes, Oh, I love how you're embracing fall. And so I think, just like you're saying, when you have a season you love, and wearing colors that are reflective of that season can help you feel more in the mood, in a
Yes.
positive mood.
Yes. And yeah, I think, again, going back to your point, Jess, about the idea of being intentional about what you're wearing. And I really think that's an important point when it comes to the colors. And, maybe one day you're wearing navy blue and it kind of exudes energy and it's fun. And other days where it's like, it's not that. And so it may not always be the color for the time. And so just really tapping into, your feelings in that moment and what it is you feel like you want to wear.
Yeah, because what that does is it, like we're talking about, is it creates that behavioral influence because clothing choices can send signals to our brain, which then influence our behavior. So putting on gym clothes can motivate you to exercise. I love how we found wearing a lab coat increases focus. So I feel like you and I should each get a lab coat. And then if we feel like we're unfocused, or maybe for our children, like have them put in a lab coat to do their
Like time
homework.
for homework, put on your lab coat.
That's so fascinating. That would be fun. See if that helps increase their focus.
Yes. That's actually a really great idea. And Halloween's just around the corners. You can always reuse it for something else.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like even how for an interview or for important calls where you put on like that pressed shirt and a blazer just to, exude that professionalism, especially if you're coming into maybe a conversation with, somebody that you want to feel like you are, you are putting your best foot forward professionally.
Yeah. And this can be a form of self care and mental wellness because a well chosen wardrobe can brighten our spirits, help combat feelings of like the depressed mood, symptoms of depression, giving you something positive to look forward to. And like you're saying, consciously choosing clothes that make you feel the way you want to feel, right? It boosts your mood, confidence, and your energy. So we've given you all of the science, all of the research. And so now you might want to ask Jess, Kel, how do I then implement these changes?
Yeah. So think about a time when you were wearing something that made you feel unstoppable. Maybe it was a bold color or a perfectly fitting outfit or a sweater that felt like a hug. Then contrast that with a time that you felt uncomfortable. Maybe you were underdressed. Maybe you felt like you were hiding and things didn't fit well. And then notice how your energy shifts in those two different situations or any situation, whether it's your posture, your confidence, or the way you speak and talk to everyone. Because what we're trying to say is like clothing isn't just a superficial thing. It can be a tool for really shaping yourself and your energy and what you're bringing, what kind of energy you're bringing into the world.
Yeah. And we have a couple questions just to guide you more specifically into really tapping into that feeling. So, one question is, when do I feel most energized, confident, or joyful in what I wear?
What colors or textures or styles bring me closer to the version of myself that I want to embody?
Yeah. If I used fashion as a daily practice of empowerment, what small change would I make this week? So, we really encourage you to utilize these questions to start building a wardrobe that reflects your authentic self and begin taking away pieces that no longer serve you or give you negative vibes. I was just thinking about that today too, Kelly. There are some shirts I used to like, and every time I look at them in my closet, I like don't want them. I'm like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. And I find that I'm continually doing laundry on certain items. And I think about over the summer, I made a point to do a fit almost every day, and I've been posting on social media and trying new things. And I look at some of the reels that we have right now on Instagram and everywhere, and I hate the outfit. And I was like, what was I doing? And I felt a little uncomfortable because I was trying something new. If that makes sense. So some of them are hits, and I like, oh, I'm so glad. Like there's this reel where I have kind of like a hot, I don't know if it's, I think it's a hot pink ribbed tank top and some like cream colored jeans. And that was outside my comfort zone. Love it. Love that. There's some, anytime I'm wearing like a graphic tee with a skirt, I'm kind of like, I don't
really like that.
Mm.
So I think it is part of it too, is it's just pushing yourself to try combos and try different things and
Yes.
see if they work.
Trial and
And
error.
sometimes you love it and sometimes you don't. And so you don't have to post on social media, but I've done before where I just took pictures of myself in outfits, so you can kind of keep a little journal every day, take a picture, think about that day, think about how you felt how that day, and look at the photo and be like, oh, I actually thought that was a great day. I love that. So there are pieces we have. I just bought some cheetah Reeboks. And when I wear those cheetah, girl, that wearing a cheetah print for me, I'm telling you
It
what,
does
that
it.
brings it some confidence for sure.
Yeah.
And so we want to, we always, season 4, we are always going to be pushing you guys to journal because journal is so great. Journaling is so great for our mental health and well-being. So our journal question for you today is, when I get dressed in a way that makes me feel most like myself, how does my energy shift? And what does that version of me make possible?
So as we wrap up today, just remember that fashion isn't just about what is hanging in your closet. It's about the energy you choose to step into each day. The colors, the fabrics, the styles that you choose can help you embody the confidence, joy, and even version of yourself that you're growing into.
We invite you to treat your wardrobe like a toolkit. Choose one outfit, one color, or one accessory that makes you feel most like your unapologetic, empowered self, and notice how your energy shifts when you wear it. We'd love to hear from you. What did you try? How did it make you feel? Share your reflections with us on Instagram. Send us a message. You can email either one of us. We are cheering you on as you experiment with fashion as a form of healing and empowerment.
Remember, you don't have to wait for that special occasion to dress like the best version of yourself. Every day can be an opportunity to feel more aligned, confident, and unapologetically you.
Love it.
Thanks for listening today.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend.
Are you ready to chase brighter days ahead? Subscribe to Chasing Brighter now, and let's embark on this exciting journey together.